Hey y'all, happy January 1st, the first day of 2026. So I did a thing last night. So prior to coming into 2026, for those of you who already know, but if you don't know, I relocated from Charlotte, North Carolina to Houston, Texas. I did it for primarily two reasons. One, the industry that I'm in construction and hauling. And so I know that everything is bigger in Texas. I knew that there was a lot of work. I knew that there were anywhere there's infrastructure, they need dump trucks. And then two, I just wanted to start learning more about the construction side of it, because ultimately that's where I'm transitioning into. And so that was that was the main reason. The second reason was because I just needed a change. I've always wanted to move to Houston since I was younger, when I used to come party. But as I got older and I started to see how I could generate income, how I could really make this my home, I was just like, this is where I wanted to be at. And then just going through life, I truly believe that if you stay where you live at, that sometimes you can become very stagnant, because people, they just know you for your past. They don't know the new you. And then they always hold your past over top of you. And I was a little hood ghetto chick growing up, and so that has shaped me. It has shaped me, because a lot of people don't see that side of me. They just see sassy, but they don't really know Kiki. So but nevertheless, I just knew that I needed a new scenery. I needed to be somewhere that was totally different, something that I work great under pressure. So I wanted somewhere where I couldn't lean back and say, oh man, okay, I'm just gonna go home and say, I don't have that. I don't have that chance right now. I'm 16 hours from the crib with my mama and grandma, and so I don't have the luxury of saying, if I can't eat today, I'm gonna just go to my mama's house. I know they cook. I'm gonna go get some groceries out of their house. I don't have that luxury. Or I'm just go to my friend's house and do this. Like, it just, all of those things I wanted to cut out. So that's that. Now here we are. I had told myself, coming into 2026, that I was no longer going to be on social media. The only social platforms that I was going to be on was LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a business social media platform. It's for business people. And so I knew I wanted to be on LinkedIn. And then also I knew that I wanted to continue my YouTube, because I am a teacher at heart. I love construction. I love trucking. I love transportation. And I want to teach people that. And so I know YouTube is long form. And I know I can just make videos like this, just be my authentic self. I don't have to set up a tripod here, do this here. I don't have to do all that. I can just be my genuine self, Shakira Kersey. Get on here, talk to you all about my experiences, tell you the things that you should and shouldn't do. And that's that. So last night, I cleaned my house. I bought me some black eyed peas and greens, and I'm about to get some cornbread and some chicken and all that stuff. And actually did a prayer with my prayer sisters, my godly sisters. We prayed. We talked about 2026. We talked about holding each other accountable going into this year, because if you know me, I live my life for God. Have I veered off? Yes. Do I veer off? I do. I think anybody who is a true believer in Jesus Christ, you're going to veer off, because the path is not supposed to be easy. The good book talks about that. The path is not supposed to be easy. So you're going to veer off. You're going to do this. But it's also about knowing, hey, what you're doing is wrong, and acknowledging that, and not thinking that, hey, I'm just going to, do this, and then I'm going to just ask God for repentance, because that's not how it works. So these last couple of months, that's all I've been thinking about. Okay, you scroll too much on social media. You're getting on social media. You're on Instagram. You're thinking about this. You see that. You do this. You do this. It's pulling you away from your relationship with God. And so I told myself, 2026, I will not be on social media. And so last night, after we had our prayer session, after we talked and did all those things, after I finished cleaning up my house and everything, I deactivated all of my social media. So you can't find me on Instagram. You can't find me on TikTok. You can't find me Facebook or any of those things. Now, I don't know how long I will be off of them. It's going to be a while. And honestly, if I get to the point where I just realize like, oh, I really don't. I don't miss it at all, I may not ever get on it. But I just think that when you are on social media has this thing to where it pulls you in and it makes you feel like you're not good enough. You're not doing enough. You're behind. And for me, when it comes to trucking, when it comes to this industry, nobody taught me this. What I'm going through in my life and my experiences in this industry has always been, it's self-taught. It's self-taught. And so when you get on social media and you see people that are influencers and they're doing what you're doing and they're making all this money, and then you like, dang, like they making all this money, but the lessons that they're teaching are bland and mediocre, and it has no depth to it. And and then that's one thing. And then you get on social media and people, for me, on Instagram, I had almost 24,000 followers. That in itself, I hate the word followers. Like, I don't want nobody to follow me, follow God. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, maybe it's not for you to understand, but I don't like that word follower. That's just something that I'm starting to pick up on. I don't like the word follower. So I had 23,000 followers, or 24,000. On Facebook, I think I had like 15,000. TikTok, I was fairly new to it. I really didn't post that much, but I had a couple thousand on there. And it's like, I don't even know these people, and the expectations are so high because they look at your day-to-day life because you put it out there. You're posting what you're doing. You're posting the money that you're making. You're posting the shoes and the clothes that you buy and the cars that you drive and your vacations. You're posting those things. Now, granted, I didn't post that much, like that type of content. I may post how much I made to show people because I push coaching. Like I said, I like to teach. So I may post those types of things. However, but even with that, when you have coaching clients, they look and they see, oh, you got these contracts, you doing this, oh, your trucks, you running 15 trucks a day, you doing this. So the expectation is whenever I coach them, their expectation is I'm gonna do the same thing. But no, that's not how it works. You still have to put in a lot of work. And so I started to realize that social media just was not for me because the expectations are not real. They're just not real. People really want to live vicariously through you. And my peace is worth more than $1. And so with YouTube and LinkedIn, I feel like the clientele that I would reach from there is very niche. It's very straightforward. I know they know what they're going to get from me, and I know that they're already in a place to transition or to grow or to scale, because that's all I'm about. My main focus is scaling your business. And so I just came into 2026 saying I'm not doing social media no more. And I think that as the months and weeks and years or days, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay off, but I think that I will start to gain a sense of peace, a sense of myself back, a sense of worth. And that may sound crazy, but it's like when you watching social media all day, I would find myself sometimes just scrolling because it's just like my truck's already running. I'm doing contracts, and even as I'm doing my contracts, like I could do contracts and still be scrolling, and then I'm looking at something, I'm like, dang, they doing this, how they doing this, and I'm not, and then not realizing that a lot of that stuff is not real. And a lot of times that the people that you meet on social media, that's not them in real life. Like, I talk a lot about my struggles and things that I've gone through and how this has not been the easiest industry to be in. I speak very highly about that, but it's a lot of people that get on this internet and they make you feel like boy, it's just simple, I get it, I'm doing it. And it's a lot of people very loud. They're characters, it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of I know a lot of people don't believe in this, but there's a lot of demonic forces within social media. I mean, even within the music, like I'm choosing to not listen to rap and even R&B. I've actually transitioned more into like listening to jazz music, listening to like soft blues, things that don't glorify fucking and sucking, excuse my language, but and don't glorify big chains and big money and cars and this and that and all of that stuff. I'm trying to think, I want stuff that's gonna stimulate my mind, you know. Even getting back into like classical music, because another fun fact about me is I'm a musician by heart. I'm a singer, and I've always played instruments, sung in a choir, and all throughout my school years, all throughout just my childhood years in church and in school. So I've always been a singer, and so music is how I minister to people anyhow. So yeah, we going into 2026. We are in 2026, and it's a lot of changes going on. So people want to find me, they're gonna have to find me on YouTube, or they got to find me on LinkedIn. But like all that other stuff, I just don't want to do it. I'm not the girl that goes out with the short skirts anymore. Like I did that when my younger years. I'm 37 years old. You know, I have goals and things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life, and I'm not going to accomplish them by being on social media and going out to the club. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I had went on a date with this guy, and he asked me, this is how I know social media is so crazy. I went out on a date with this guy, and I guess it's a recent trend last year, the girls will wear like the little capri tights with the little, like just the little cute capri tights, and they have like a bustier or something on. And I thought that outfit was like a really cute outfit, because it's not showing a lot of skin, but it's still curvaceous, like, because it's tight, you know, it's form fitting. And give me grace, I'm still transitioning. I'm not saying I'm gonna be walking around here like a nun, but I think that the older you get, there's a more professional way that you can dress. Savannah James is like a perfect example of that. I love how she dressed. Fantasia, I love how she dressed. So I said, okay, let me wear this outfit. This is, you know, it's still giving sexy. I'm going out on a date. Let me wear this outfit. And I wore the outfit, and the guy didn't like the outfit because he wanted me to specifically wear something very short. He was like, when you go out with me, I want you to wear short clothes, you know, because you with me. I want to show you off. No, I am not your trophy to show off. I'm not married to you. I'm not none of that. And I feel like a man should never want to flaunt his wife. Now, is she supposed to look good? I'm not his wife, but I'm saying his woman, period. But are you supposed to look good? Yeah, I do think you're a representation of your significant other. Yes, absolutely. But if me wearing a nice form-fitted outfit and still being sexy and pretty does not satisfy you, I have to wear a short skirt and show off my body. That's not going to work for me. So that was one thing. And I know that's because he sent me a picture or something from an outfit from some girl on social media, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not gonna work. And then another thing that kind of was like the nail in the coffin was this lady reached out to me on Instagram one day, you know, sob story about how she don't have no money, she this, that, and the other, blah 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 blah. And if you know me, you know, like, I'm just one of those people, like, I'll give you a discount, I'll give a free this, and that has come back to bite me in my behind numerous times. And so she, you know, she said all this stuff, you know, she really trying to get into this industry, and so I was like, you know, I'll set up a call with you or whatnot. And so that was that. But I never got back with her, because life I have real responsibilities. Like, I don't have kids and a husband and that, but I still have real responsibility. I'm running 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 trucks a day. Sometimes we pushing 8 to 1,200 loads of dirt out a week. So I have payroll, I have subcontractors, I have contractors that are general contractors. I have those things that I have to work on. And so like my mindset is I'm not thinking to do this free call right now. Like, that's if I can get to it, I'll get to it. And so I had made a video a little bit later, maybe like a week or two later. I was just talking about how I was depressed coming into 2025, how I was depressed, and how, you know, social media, like, I had a falling out with a previous business partner, and how, you know, these people don't know me, these people don't know her, but they just took her word for it. And, you know, I was just talking about how they just harassed me, how I was getting threats, how I was getting just harassed and bullied and all that. And I had never experienced that in my life. I ain't no weak chick. You know what I'm saying? I will bust your head open type girl. But I've been trying to be a different person. So to experience that, especially from somebody that you was really trying to build a relationship with as a friend, that's what I was thinking, outside of partnership. So to see how they drug me through the ground, and how people who don't know you, they don't know this person, they don't know you, they didn't experience the person like I experienced that person. It was just like, oh wow, and so I had made a video about that. And so then the lady responded back to her message to me, and she was like, I just want to be honest with you. I was so disappointed that you never got back with me about that free call. It really made me look at you in a different way. But then when I looked at your video and I seen that you was going through things, it made sense. And she was like, so, I understand. But for me, that was just like, people have this sense of, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Y'all know which word I'm talking about, but what? Like, I'm offering to give you something for free, and because it's not on your time, you felt some type of way about me. Like, you felt like I'm this type of person. And those are the things that you deal with people on social media, especially when you have a business and you doing coaching and you running this and you doing that. Like, people have this expectation, like you're supposed to cater to them, and it's like, what? You like, huh? And it'd be that'll be the same person that'll get on social media and try to tear you down. Oh, she's not this type of person, or he's not that type of person, or this, that, and the other. And so, like, for me, I just think that social media is not a real place. I've met a lot of these influencers in real life. In real life, houses are dirty, or they don't live the lifestyle that they say they live, or like I've met, like, they don't have what they say they have. They're nasty spirited in real life. Like, in their real life, they are really actresses and actors. And so I just said I have to get off social media. And so I know, and then this is something else. I feel a shift in my life. I feel a shift in my business. I feel a shift in the world. And I know that something big is about to happen. And so where I'm at right now, my word for this year, for 2026, is obedience. A lot of times, something I always pray about is, God, I need to hear your voice. I need to hear your voice. Why am I not hearing your voice? Like, I need to hear your voice. No, I hear his voice. I'm just not listening. I'm not being obedient. And a lot of times, the things that I've even gotten myself into is because of me not being obedient. So this year, 2026, is my year of solitude, is my year of obedience, and it's my year of progress. I'm focusing nothing but on my business. I have maybe 1 or 2 trips planned for the year, just to catch up with my friends, because I don't live with them no more, or live in the same area anymore. But outside of that, is business, is business, is business, is God, is God, is God. I do have a new church family, so I'm trying to be more involved in the church. I'm in the choir, but I want to be a little bit more involved in the church, as far as like, I would like to work with the Girl Scouts, because I used to be a Girl Scout. And I think I want to start doing prison ministry, because my dad was in prison for a long, long time. And so I would like to work with women that's in prison. I had a assistant who went to prison when she was working for me. And so, prison ministry and working with kids is something that I really want to get into. So that's my plans for 2026. I know this was like a long-winded video, but yeah, so I'm at Walmart because I had a home office. Like, I have an office that's inside of my, like, it's like a little office area inside of my bedroom. Like, it was built in my townhome like that. But I cleaned all of that out yesterday and made that my prayer area. That'll be like my worship area. So all my Bibles and all that stuff is right there. I cleaned it off, wiped everything down, prayed over it. And so my garage is a 2-car garage, and it's like a long garage. So it's like, I don't have to pull my car all the way in. So I'm at Walmart because I'm going to change my garage into my actual office space. I got like my backdrop that I want to hang up. I got some other stuff that I want to put down. I got my desk and chair, and I got my projector so I can have, like, watch YouTube, because I love YouTube. So yeah, I'm at Walmart. I'm about to do that, grab some stuff, then I'm gonna go home and cook and clean. So happy new year, and I love y'all.